Cool. Anyone else want to shoot some shit or anything, or do we just want to just jump into it?
I feel
Let's
pretty
answer
good
some
to it.
questions.
Okay. So here's the thing: is I have all the questions out in a list. I think the best way to do this is just to kind of bang through, see how many we can get through. I think we should roll for it. So does anyone have dice handy?
Oh shit.
Hilarious.
I could get some dice, yeah.
I definitely don't.
All right, I got some dice.
All right. So we had so many questions, but we have
Ooh.
a lot of the same people who asked multiple questions. So we're gonna roll a d20.
D20?
And I have a system here. Trust me, there's things happening.
All right.
And we'll see whose question we get first.
All right, rolling. 5.
Okay, so this question is from Seb Ropert, Sebropert. Hope I'm not butchering your name.
Where are these questions?
This is actually an intro question
Oh,
that we didn't get a chance to answer.
I love it.
They ask, if Looters was a TV show / movie, who would you cast to be your character? GM, who would voice Sky?
Oh,
Hmm.
Morgan Freeman. I'm just kidding.
No, it's got to be what's her name? It was her and stuff, and
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, of course.
There's a little too much sensuality on Scarlett's voice, I feel like.
I
from
think
her.
there's just enough. I think there's just enough.
I don't think you realize how sensual you sound.
We're not trying to sexualize Sky yet.
You're not. We are.
The sexy episode.
Damn, that's a good question.
That is a good question, right?
I have an answer myself.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard when you we're a bunch of actors.
Yeah, I'm like, obviously, the only person who could do this justice is me.
I mean,
Yes, you're absolutely right. Well, understudy. Who's your understudy?
I think I got one. Maybe I have a little bit of bias because just before we hopped on this, I rewatched Donnie Darko. I think
Oh,
young Jake Gyllenhaal could do it. I think
Yeah.
young Jake Gyllenhaal would fit right
Yes.
into that. Where he's like a bit like
Yeah.
there's like he has like the bit of that like that orneriness, that angst, that like that kind of like anger at like a very confused and like unfair world, and kind of like this like need to like try and, compared to Donnie Darko, he goes about correcting it in a different way, but like that kind of like that need for like there to be morality in an immoral world.
yeah, I see it.
yeah.
I also love that man, so I'm
Yeah.
on board.
He's ripped as fuck now. It's crazy.
Okay.
Dude
Yeah,
is so
dude.
jacked, it's crazy.
Why
Yeah.
is Matthew's just hanging out like this for the
I'm
whole?
lounging, bro.
Brother. I do have an answer now after all of my shit talking.
Go
Let's
for
hear it.
Samara Weaving.
Samara
Oh,
Weaving.
nice.
Who
All right,
who's she?
cue the Google.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say.
She was in the new Scream for
Ooh.
briefly at the beginning. She was in Ready or Not.
Oh, Ready or Not? Yes.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
just a badass.
Yeah.
She's a straight
Yeah.
baddie.
Oh, she looks like a
She's
young Margot Robbie.
Roby.
Sorry. What?
Roby.
Margot Robbie.
That's
What's
what our
up,
friends call
Margot
her.
Robert?
I'm just gonna throw out young, like younger than probably even like in Parks and Rec, but Adam Scott.
Mm.
Mm.
Ah,
Like I
Severance
feel like
season
he's.
2, let's go. Shut out.
Is that out yet?
No, January.
Uh,
Get into it.
Has already a younger him. That's
I can see that.
Yeah,
He's so
yeah.
quirky and so smart and smart ass.
yeah,
interesting.
kind of has that like above it all, sort of attitude,
Yes. I see that. Matthew, you go because I literally I have nobody.
So most of you may not know who this is, but she's an audiobook
Ooh.
narrator, Kate Reading. One of the goats. She would be my pick for Sky.
Ooh,
Ooh,
deep
what's
cut.
her voice sound like?
I know.
Good? I don't know.
I thought you were
Fine.
gonna say
Like sultry, like smooth,
Oh,
like Kristen Bell because she did the
Yeah,
Gossip
yeah.
Girl voice or something.
Yeah.
I think I listened to one of the Brandon Sanderson books
Yeah,
that
she
she
does-
audioed.
she
So I
does
think
some
I
of-
have very much her voice in my head, actually.
yeah. Her and
Very good
her
voice.
husband, Michael Kramer, do especially the Stormlight Archive.
nice.
And why is your answer not a young Michelle Rodriguez, Deanna?
I was thinking Zoe Saldana. Like
I don't.
Yeah,
Who
that
is
works.
Michelle Rodriguez? I feel bad.
What?
but who's Zoe Saldana? Michelle Rodriguez. Hold on.
The American actress from the only Fast and Furious and
Oh,
Avatar.
yeah.
And
Okay.
Avatar.
And
the Queen?
Avatar.
Can't forget.
I forgot. Yeah. And then who did you mention, Melinda?
Zoe Saldana. Also, I'm just thinking because there's a show that she's in where she's literally like a pilot, like
Oh,
called
yeah.
Lioness with a bunch of badass Latino
Yeah.
women.
Amazing. I just was trying to think of like if these women can do the like high like
Stoner vibe.
Shaggy-esque stoner vibe while also being a badass. Yeah,
I
those
think
two sound
so.
good.
Thank you for making
Yeah,
my answer
thank
for me.
Although I do think like, nah, I was gonna say like Aubrey Plaza maybe too. Like 'cause thinking of the
Oh,
stoner
interesting.
vibiness, I just saw her in. I just saw
Yeah, that works.
the what's the movie that she just did, the My Old Ass.
My old ass.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I would love to see like her interpretation of El Capitan. I think it could be fun.
Yeah, it would have, I think, a little bit of a different vibe, but she would
Yeah,
get the, I
yeah.
think she'd do like the stoner parts pretty well, maybe less, and also like, I don't know, just pretty chaotic.
Yeah. She does bring the chaos.
Weird, I can actually see this now with all of
Yeah.
our characters.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a really
That's a movie I'd watch for sure. Also, Jake Gyllenhaal, I feel like is such an oddball in this cast of characters.
That's why he works.
Yeah.
All right, next question, I guess.
Yeah, let's bust through them. Who's got another D20 they want to roll?
it's
Ian.
Ian again.
All right.
Because he was the only one to go grab one the first time.
20.
Ah!
20. All right. Okay, our boy Awkward Puzzle Piece. Go ahead and give me a D10 roll.
D10, brother.
6.
Okay. This is interesting. Which of our characters would be most likely to settle down and build a stable life?
Whoa. Levi.
Well, I was gonna say Theo.
I was also gonna say Theo.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Really?
Theo,
for
too.
sure. Hardcore Theo.
But she's a rock star.
Yeah, but I think Theo has never had a stability that she craves, and that if she had the choice to just be like, I'm gonna do nothing and just hang out all day long, she would do that.
I could see you totally becoming like a coffee shop artist sort of thing, you
Oh,
know, just
for
like
sure.
writing songs, going to the local place, kind of having
She's
this
she's so
background.
low key now.
Yeah, after your tour, but you know.
Who
Yeah,
knows?
after-
Who knows? We don't know. We don't know anything yet.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Poor
We all
Deanna was
agreed.
wrong.
Next one.
Yeah.
Let's keep making Deanna be wrong. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get another D20 roll.
9.
Okay. Give me a D. I was gonna say D5. Give me another D6.
All right. 2.
Okay. This is a very Matt-centric one.
Love it. No, I don't. Actually, that's a lie.
Oh wait, I said something nice about Matt. Backtrack.
Yeah, exactly.
Retcon.
You get it. You get it.
It sounds like Matt was always planning this war from the very beginning. Did you have any other cataclysmic backup plans if the looters didn't lean into the rebellious and political conflicts, or if Calix had never died?
That's a really great question.
It's a good question. I actually didn't have the war inherently planned. It was not something that was like, hey, this is going to be the big narrative piece that ends the arc. There was always tension that would have happened. The bigger thing that was more prepped to happen, that would have been the bigger cataclysm, would have been something happening with Sky where Sky takes over a planet or something like that, and then becomes this sort of big entity in of itself. And then so having to resolve that problem. So yeah, I guess the war wasn't necessarily always the thing that happened. It's just that when Calix died in the very surprising way that Calix did, it was like, get rid of all of that other stuff. This is what has to happen, and adjust accordingly.
That makes sense. Sounds like you had like kind of a lot of pots boiling and you're waiting to see which one like boiled over first. And then that's
Basically.
And that's where you make the soup in, to stretch the metaphor.
Yeah. Keep the metaphor going. Keep it going. That's precisely it. It was like, there's tension. There's these things that could happen. You guys are all variables, and I won't know how you'll act day to day, week to week. So we'll see however that shakes out. And then it wasn't even one of y'all that did anything, really. It was just me killing my own character to spark the war. So,
all right. Well, that
Here
was
we are.
from Dax Stormrider.
shout out.
All right. Let's roll another D20. Let's go.
Let's go. 2.
Let's go. Give me another D6.
3.
3.
Oh, this is interesting. Is the video going to be live on Twitch? So when we switch over to video podcasting, which we're doing for season 2, will we be doing it live?
I was about to totally out myself right now and be like, what's Twitch? But I know what Twitch is.
Yeah, you
okay.
do. That's where all
I
the
know.
porn is.
Softcore.
Yeah, it's softcore. We're gonna do a Looters podcast in the hot tub.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah,
I'll wear my bikini. Not to
yeah
worry.
you will.
No, it will not be live. I
Yeah.
think. Maybe,
Yeah.
to
I was,
answer your
like,
question.
I feel like I could have taken it, but I think we all know we're not doing live.
It'd be
We
cool
may
to do
do
like a live,
time. Yeah, live
yeah, like
show
a
or
live
something
one
like that.
shot or something like that. But yeah,
That could be fun. It's a lot. It's a lot to do live because we're planning to do multiple camera setup. We have like our studio built out. We're trying to really up the production quality of it. And to add a live factor to that, switching between a bunch of cameras and things like that is just I think is just gonna be too much of a quality hit for what we want to produce. in
But
general.
eventually, maybe one day.
Yeah.
Dreaming
Maybe one
big,
day.
y'all.
That'd be fun. Do like a live show or something. Do a live show in front of an audience. That
Yeah,
we record,
yeah,
that we,
yeah.
that we also
Yeah.
have live on Twitch.
Yeah.
and they're live streaming that.
Yeah, exactly.
2 live streams. Maybe there's a third, fourth. Who knows? Where's it stop?
live stream it.
Inception.
We could live stream people watching the live
Ooh,
stream.
a watch
live.
party.
A
Crazy.
watch- All right, another D20.
All right, I'm gonna do a
And
different
another
D20.
one.
And another one. 18.
Okay, so now give me a D10.
10. Ben 10. Maybe I watched that growing up. Melinda?
Ben
Ben
10.
10?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Obviously.
fuck yeah. So,
All right, so
Ben
this
10
one
rock, dude.
yeah, it's cool shit.
is: will Artie ever get his tether back?
Ooh.
That's really what everyone's wondering, though.
This
Yeah.
is
Give
a
it all-
question
yeah,
that's been on
give it
everyone's
all-
brain. I'm glad someone finally asked it.
I mean, we'll see how you conduct yourself.
Well,
Yeah.
happens.
What happened to my tether? I guess it's
When you phase shifted into the slipstream and you lost all of your stuff.
yeah. Did I have it
Hmm.
then, or did I lose it before that already?
I thought we used it on the elevator.
Definitely use it on the elevator.
Let's go listen
Yeah.
back to our 66
yeah.
episodes and
Yeah.
figure out when exactly Artie lost his tether.
I do feel like the tether was a little bit of hammer space, you know, like I just like always had one, and it just like always came out of nowhere after a while.
Where's the floaty backpack? Is it with Gladys?
I think you have it. It's with it's on Sky. It's on her ship.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did say I
Okay.
grabbed. Sorry, I'm just remembering. I did grab my stuff back after I reappeared. I like was in the ship for a second and grabbed it back.
There's no way you could have grabbed your stuff back. You were dying.
No, it was. I think what happened was after we came back and we fired a bunch of things, and then Levi was dying. I came back on the ship and I'm like, "Is my stuff still there?" And you said, "Yeah." And I say, "Like, well, I make sure to grab it."
Yes, but then you got gunned down. Then you were.
No, that
then
was
you
after the
phase
gunning
shifted.
down. That was after the phase shift. After
You,
Sky got their
I know
legs.
I know there's no way that you have any of your stuff. I know we determined that. Whether it was still
I-
there or not, I don't really care because you don't have it. And then you went
Yeah.
onto then you got
Okay, I'm
imprisoned,
gonna-
and then your stuff would have been taken anyway. So
I'm gonna go do some research and then send you a long essay with a bunch of quotes and stuff of the
go
show.
ahead, do it.
Prove you wrong.
And
You'd
I
still
will
be on a
not
prison
even. I
ship,
will.
though, so you
I
still
will
wrote
fill
have
it
it.
out.
I love
Uh,
it when you guys fight.
That's
Next
good.
question.
14.
All right. Give me a D6. This is gonna be from your mother.
Mom? 1.
Mom?
Mommy.
Do you think the move to video will impact the podcast portion of the show, like visual gags, for example?
Drew, you want to take that one?
Sure, I don't think so. I think it'll still be very, very listenable because we've already gotten kind of used to like explaining stuff that happens that people can't see. And I think that muscle will just like keep kicking in, and it'll just be like, you know, oh, if you're listening at home, Melinda is right now has her head completely buried in her arms on the table, and you know, or something like that.
Oh, I was like, do I?
Not right now, but you
Not
know.
yet.
That was terrifying. Are you threatening me? Is that a threat?
I think so.
Me? Okay, I'm gonna roll again.
Yeah, go for it. Give another roll.
Come
12.
on.
So that would be Dak Stormrider again. Go give me another D20 for Dax. He's got a lot of questions.
Ooh,
Okay, Dex.
5.
Dax asks, do you do any kind of pre-arc meetup session planning? It always seems like you all have some fairly concrete goals when going to a new planet. Oh, that's nice. Is that intentional or a testament to your wicked improv and on-the-fly thinking skills?
Dax, you're just
Obviously
really good.
Obviously that.
Whatever makes us sound better, we're that one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like it makes sense for the characters to go to a planet where they have agendas. So like both can be true, but I do think obviously our improv skills are top tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I think ultimately, like most of the planets we hit, like with the exception of Gats and Rhaegar, we had like they
Oh,
tied into like
yeah.
backstory where it's like, oh, like,
Yeah.
like for me for like Janice, it's like okay, like yeah, the prep for Janice like tied into like what I'd written in my backstory, and then Matt takes that and like creates plot, and I'm going there for specific reasons tied to my past. Same thing with like Pluto and yeah.
Pluto,
had-
I forgot. Puto!
Pluto.
And we had like I remember us having like a little bit of conversations like very vaguely, like nothing plot related really. Because like when we have these meetings where we kind of discuss like a lot of things about like, you know, what's happening on our Instagram and our merch store. Just kind of we have like these kind of official meetings that just kind of keep all our heads in the same space. And one of the questions we always ask is like anything about the story, anything like questions that are unclear or anything need to like kind of clarify with Matt. Does Matt have anything he needs to like tell the players or anything like that? And every once in a while we get into kind of like a conversation of like I don't know, because I feel like we talked a little bit about Gatson like, being like kind of the final arc a little bit. Does that sound right?
Or Gats, you
Janice,
mean
you mean?
Janice?
Janice, sorry, Janice.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I
Gats,
think
brother,
Janice. No, Janice. Yeah, I feel like we had a little bit of talk about Janice just being kind of like this final arc and that sort of thing, and kind of like wrapping things up for that arc is probably
I
as
was-
specific as we got.
Yeah, I would say we have kind of loose discussions about what the arcs will kind of look like. I'll maybe have the occasional individual conversation with each person if there's something really specific that's coming up of being like, hey, is this in line with what you want to do? But I would say session to session, we are just going on hoping that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I think we like to surprise each other, so it's
Yeah.
like we don't want to like spoil it.
Yeah.
I do remember there were a few sessions that I did have bullet points of like, this is what I'm trying to do. But then I think I remember it just didn't go that way. So I had to switch to
Yeah, I had like a little list too of like just like tasks, usually like tinkering stuff, like oh, I want to like search for parts for the cloaking device or something like that, where it's kind of like if I have downtime, if I have an opportunity, I have like something to like look at and be like, oh, these are the things in Artie's head that he's trying to accomplish, but I don't share it.
20 time.
that.
3.
It's your mother again. Go ahead and give me a D6.
2.
Your mother asks, do you now have to censor your swearing and content if you're going to be on YouTube? I've heard they're pretty strict on that stuff.
Damn, I didn't think about that. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
You're right, my girl.
Fuck that.
Exactly where my head was
We haven't
at.
talked
I
about
said,
it, but I'm not doing that. I'm not
There's no
censoring
way.
Well, I have thought about it.
Yes, true.
And we're gonna be a child-friendly podcast now. No more swearing. We're gonna
Boo.
have
I quit.
no adult themes.
Boo, kids
I
suck.
quit.
No, I think I need to do more research, but I think the way the YouTube algorithm works is if it's swearing within a certain time frame of the video, then it
What the fuck is up, Ludo?
Yeah, I've heard that too, that you can't curse within the first 5 minutes or something, or it messes up the
Yeah.
algorithm. But then after that, it's like, go crazy.
Go crazy.
So I think the most I would do, because we're also like going to be releasing on video on Spotify, so we're not really trying to rely on YouTube as a platform. The algorithm's
Yeah.
not really great for the type of show that we do anyway, so I don't think YouTube's going to promote us very much if we just dedicate it to YouTube.
Yeah.
It would probably just be bleeped in the edit for the first however many minutes that YouTube doesn't want us to be swearing, and then it will be unbleeped because we don't really care. We just need to worry about our corporate overlords.
Wait, so-
algorithmic overlords.
Are you gonna do 2 separate edits? One for YouTube and then one not?
I think so. I don't think it's that hard to just take out some bleeping, to just take out some audio. It probably won't even be bleeped. I'll probably just cut the audio. We'll see. I haven't
Yeah.
played with it yet, but
Interesting.
Interessante indeed. That's crazy.
Next question, please.
all right, let's go.
Ooh, 19.
All right. Another one from Awkward Puzzle Piece. Go ahead and give us a D10.
B10. 1.
Oof.
You suck.
Damn, dude.
Boofed it.
This is interesting. We're going to love this question.
Another one.
How easy or difficult is it to get in and out of character? Is it like dreams that feel so real, or is it like a switch you can detach from?
Melinda?
I'm sorry. Why?
You know.
Why?
You know.
Is it because of my British accent?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I don't know. We'd be switching in and out of it pretty consistently in the game that it feels like something we can turn on and off. But also like when we're in this circumstances, like we're in that.
Yeah, I feel like dropping in's a lot easier than getting out, or at least for like me. Like it's just like I feel like it's just like,
Yeah.
or at least like how we were trained for like when you're getting into character, it's just about being loose and being open. When we're like doing like the intro to the show where we're just like dicking around answering the question, that's a really good way to get yourself just emotionally open and available. And it's super simple. Sometimes I'll have like a little trouble getting out, like if it's like a particularly intense episode or like I don't know, something like that. I'll be like, oh, like I'm carrying that with me, for like a little bit longer than I should. But for the most part, it's not like an on and off switch, but it's kind of like just something you kind of like you fall into, you ease into
Ebb
it.
and
you know?
flow, baby.
Ebb and flow.
Flow, you know?
Yeah, my walk back home with Ian is also very depressing sometimes.
Right.
when he's quiet, and I was like, yeah, he's still in it. Honestly, for me, Matthew's descriptions of the world when we're first starting, I like choose to immerse myself in what he's saying to kind of paint the realities around me. And sometimes it works, and sometimes I might be intoxicated and then it doesn't work, or it does to my favor. So
I feel like I think like the switch is kind of close, but you think of character as like a spectrum, you can be so into
It's one of
character
those dimmer
that
switches.
yeah. It's like you could be so into character that you're literally like, I don't even know what's real anymore. I'm just like here focused on this in the moment. And then you can just be kind of like, oh, I'm just like putting on a little bit of the voice and like I'm kind of like getting into it. And so it's like you're always it's not a binary where you're either in character or out of character. And so like, like I'm kind of really in character for this like intense conversation. And then maybe I'm kind of like just like floating in and out of character as we're like making jokes and doing roles and stuff like that. You can't think too hard about while you're doing it, or else you're thinking and you're not being.
I love these actory questions.
I know. I said we'd love it. All right, another D20.
Oh my God, I just got 3 twice in a row.
Whoa.
Whoa,
7.
that's crazy, bro.
7.
Shut the fuck up.
Bro.
Holy
7
shit.
is in the Dax quadrant here.
Mm,
Go ahead and give me another D20.
6.
Dax 6. I tried.
Oh, this is another Matt question.
Ew.
There we go.
Yeah, that's more like it.
The world of Matt's own design has a lot of moving parts and interesting political struggles. Does he have it all written down somewhere, or is it up in his head?
Yeah.
If it's the former, does he have any plans to publish a setting guide?
Ooh.
It's a good question.
You gotta commit right now.
Yeah, I have a fair amount of it written out. Like I have the factions. The big thing that I would really like to make and put out there is a star map. There's a cool Stars Without Number companion thing program or something that someone made that allows you to actually build out all of the stars and all that, which it's a very useful tool. I don't know how good it would be for an audience to look at, so I'm trying to figure out if there's a different way of creating that. Like Firefly did a cool thing, I think, in their board game where they kind of have all of the stars and the planets and how that all looks, which I'd like to model it after. And then regarding all of the various factions, I think in season 2 it'll be more worthwhile to release some of the various factions and names of things. And I think especially for you all, depending on how things shake out, but I think that would be useful for everyone to have that. Yes, it's written out for the most part. More of it will be written out. I would like to release some of it. That's my answer.
That could be fun Patreon content.
Ooh,
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
cool to put on Patreon.
That's awesome.
I put a paywall up for listeners to play our game.
$100.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
mean,
Make it microtransactions. How about that?
each planet you can pay for.
$2.99 per planet.
Yeah.
All right.
Last question.
Is there,
keep
I feel
going.
like I should roll like something. There should be something special with how I roll the die. Can I do like a D100 or something like that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do a
Okay.
D100.
Ooh.
How many dice do I have? Okay, best I can give you is the D60 because I only have 3 20s. We're gonna do a
Okay.
D60.
I can
Greta.
Yeah.
convert that.
Yeah, you'll
D60.
make it work. You'll make it
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
All
Part of the
right.
randomness is my random figuring out what the numbers correspond to with the questions.
We have 43.
Okay. That puts us into another awkward puzzle piece question. Go ahead and give me a D10.
Oh, 4.
I think we answered this one, unless I mess it up. Will Artie ever get his tether back? The question everyone wants to know.
Again.
Ah.
Go ahead and roll again.
8.
Oh, what is a pet peeve of yours when it comes to tabletop RPGs?
Oh yeah,
interesting.
let's
That's a
answer
good.
some negative shit.
That's a good
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, let's shit talk.
Yeah, my pet peeve is Ian. Just kidding.
Wait, what was the
Makes
question?
sense.
I was
Makes
too
sense.
busy playing with the little fucking emojis.
Oh, what is a pet peeve of yours when it comes to tabletop RPGs?
I have an answer.
I have like a million.
Yeah, I have a bunch, but one that's kind of pertinent to us is rules getting in the way of the story.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think the rules serve as a tool, and if they're getting in the way, throw them out. Fuck the rules, as they say.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I think it goes hand in hand with what you're saying, Matt. Just like the combat, just it not being able to be like fun in a natural way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It like there's just like you got to do this and that, and then it's this person's turn. So I guess that goes along with like rules.
Yeah, combat just generally. Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't
fuck
agree
combat.
more. Couldn't agree
Like
more.
I like the action, but I wish it was like quicker. Like it just takes
Yeah.
so slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate systems that are designed for all of the numbers to just get bigger as the system goes. The older D&D did this a lot, and they kind of changed it a bit now in more recent editions. Whereas it's kind of like, oh, you level up, so you get stronger. So now you roll the dice and you add bigger numbers. But guess what? The things you're fighting now have bigger numbers on them. And it used to be a 15 to lock pick this door, but now you're level 6, so it's a 20 to lock pick the door because bigger numbers. And as you get bigger, the numbers you're trying to get bigger. And it's like, what's the even point? Like, it doesn't like if the point of the dice is to like be part of the storytelling and to give you a chance of success and failure, who cares how large the numbers are on my character sheet?
Yeah, I mean that's something I like about Swords Without Numbers. Like if you have a laser pistol, it does 1d6 and it always does 1d6. And if you're going against somebody in power armor, like
There's power.
sorry.
Armor.
Oh yeah. Like there's
What?
some pretty
Should've read the
crazy
book.
combat. Yeah, there's some pretty crazy combat element things that we just didn't, next level when we get
I
there.
don't know if I want to get there. That sounds
yeah,
awful.
yeah,
I hate
yeah.
combat as it is.
Yeah, well, it was like when we had the big fight at the end. It was like all of these guys have the best weapons. Like they're gonna do a bunch of damage to you, and it's like we'll
Not
see.
me, though.
Definitely you too. So yeah. Anyway, I agree with that.
I think mine's like a bit more of a personal attack, just because I feel like it's more so pertaining to like how people play the game. Not you guys, of course. None of you guys.
I was
have
like,
ideas.
let's hear the
Gentle.
shit.
Yeah, now the shit talking. Oh, I think for me, like, it's really funny because, like, I asked my mom to listen to the podcast. She's like, I got to the part where you're talking about smoking weed with, like, you're like getting stoned and playing with your dad in the garage. And I didn't want to listen anymore. And I was like, But, like, I remember, like, play with my friends back then. And for me, a pet peeve is when people aren't able to read a situation where it's like, oh, this is an intense moment and people aren't taking it seriously. Where it's like people aren't dropping into, like, what the reality of this situation is, whether it be comedic or dramatic, where it's like, oh, like, no, like, let's read the room and take, I don't know, let's like fully buy into like the story that's being told in the world that we're in right now and not like kind of like, I don't know, that's why I hate Marvel movies. The fourth wall breaks, you remove all the grounding of like the storytelling. All of a sudden you're like conscientious of the fact that you're watching a film. You're conscientious of the fact that you're playing Dungeons and Dragons when the whole point of it is immersion. It's being lost in the fantasy of it.
Yeah, I agree. People play D&D wrong sometimes, and they should play it correctly.
Yeah. My way.
Oh, go ahead.
My only answer, which is going to be a cop-out answer because it has nothing at all to do with the game, because we know that my experience is limited, and most of the time that we play is, I mean, almost always recorded. So my beef is that I can't be eating snacks at the table because I have a hard time chewing shit into the microphone.
That's so
my
true.
problem.
Honestly, yeah.
Even the
I mean-
mints. I'd be having the mints and then I'd be like, like, bro, I gotta chill. I hate it. I just want to eat freely all the time.
I do feel like snacks is so much a part of the RPG experience, you know, and
It
it's
is.
unfortunate that while recording, it's
Well,
hard to
now
do
that
that.
we're doing video, I feel like it's fine.
yeah, it's
I'm
probably
making that rule.
Yeah, fuck you if you're
It's gonna
listening
be
to a
like,
podcast.
yeah, the editing
Yeah.
is gonna be awesome if we're just snacking all the time.
Get to lick my Dorito fingers.
Yum, Cool Ranch or nacho cheese?
Cool Ranch.
Always
Cool
cool ranch. Always cool
Ranch.
ranch.
Wrong. The correct answer is spicy sweet chili.
Oh,
That wasn't an
yes.
option. Fuck you. It's a
Yes.
trick question.
Your question, it was the option, and you failed.
Fuck you.
Nikki loves the nacho cheese one. She did disagree with us.
Nacho cheese, they're all good.
I mean,
love-
that one's a classic.
All right. Do we want to do any more questions?
Are there any really good ones that we didn't answer that are
Um,
in the ether?
let's see here.
Host favorite.
Yeah, you guys can look through the Discord too if you have like one that you.
Oh,
Here we go. Dax is asking seltzer better in a can or bottle.
Glass bottle.
Glass
Yeah.
Glass bottle.
Yeah.
Glass
if
bottle.
it's the choice between plastic bottle and can, it's can. But if it's glass bottle or anything else, it's glass bottle.
Glass
Yeah.
bottle, 100%.
For sure. Easy question. Oh, this is a fun one. Awkward Puzzle Piece asks, how easily do you get attached to NPCs?
Very.
depending.
Depending on the voice, very.
Yeah.
If it's this one immediately.
Yeah.
Love him.
Shout out to
Love
Sam.
him forever.
Sam. I feel like Sam's real.
He is real.
He's real in my heart. Wait, oh, who would
Nick is
play
my
Sam? I'm
favorite.
sorry.
Gladys.
Oh,
Who would
movie
play
actor?
Sam?
Oh, Michael Sarah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
That's a good young Michael Sarah.
young
or,
Michael
um,
Sarah.
Oh,
or
I
even old
know.
Michael Sarah. He still plays so young.
That makes the final.
I feel like
moment
I'm-
with Levi so much better.
Oh my god.
good gun. That was pretty great.
Wait, Melinda, you were saying Gladys is your favorite, and who else is your favorite?
Winnix.
Oh
Ah.
yeah, Winnix.
Hera was
rest in
just a good
peace.
arc.
yeah.
Hera was, I think, our best. I feel like that was for me. If they could all look like that, or most of the ones except for the bookending ones look like that, that would be pretty sweet. I'll say one more because I meant to answer. I wanted to answer this, which is Dax asked, "Did Matt have any other endpoints he was aiming for, or was it always going to be the Scream?" TM.
Oh, yeah. I was curious about that one.
Trademark. It was always going to be the Scream. That was always planned. How that came about was who knows, but that was always the intention for the end of season 1.
Sick. That's fun. That's a fun little. It's because it's so I don't know. I love giving yourself a puzzle. Like
Mhm.
It almost feels like the intro, like the title card to like it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode, where it's like the gang causes the Scream, where it's just like this series of misadventures that lead to like one big fuck up with the implications we have no idea about. You
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
oh, I like this one. It's another one from Dax. Which is the goodest boy, Franklin or Franklin?
Franklin.
Yeah, definitely
Um,
Franklin.
Well, I mean, like, are we picking like which dog's best, Melinda's or Drew's?
That's
I don't think that was the question.
I think that's the question. I think
I
it's who would
think
win in
that
a
is the
fight.
question.
I think Franklin would win that.
Yeah, Franklin
Oh.
would definitely win that.
I love that I
Which
don't know which
one?
Franklin you're referring to.
Yeah. Franklin.
I think
Oh,
we all
I-
know which Franklin we're referring to.
I like this question. What type of character do you like to role play as most when playing tabletop role playing games?
Who asked that?
Mm.
Rock stars.
That was awkward puzzle piece.
Rock stars.
Yeah, my answers are sarcastic. I'm so sorry, but it's only because my experience is limited.
I feel like
Uh,
I've talked about this in the podcast a bit, like rogues. I like
Yeah.
fucking like doing stealth. I like fucking.
Uh,
I like being a
fucking like
utility
stealth,
character.
fucking like.
Yeah, fucking. It's fucking fun and shit. Fuck, dude. Give me a
I
fucking
like
break.
to play smart characters, just like planners.
I like
I
to
like-
play
yeah.
chaotic characters.
You don't say.
I know, shocker, right?
Tune
You're
into Roses
Such a
and Boots,
basic
y'all.
bitch.
I like to play low wisdom and intelligence characters.
Yes, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And you do it so well.
It's so fun. It's so
Chogar.
fun. Chogar. That's so fun. It's so silly.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I feel pretty AMA'd.
AMA. Well done.
Well, you
I
know
feel-
what, y'all keep asking questions. We'll keep answering them.
We'll do another AMA eventually.
Season 2, baby.
Season
Season
2. Nobody asked anything about
two.
season 2.
We already answered a couple of them. Someone asked, I didn't get to find it, of like when it'll be coming out.
Oh, who knows?
Mm.
Yeah, we don't really know yet. We're not
Yeah, sorry.
trying to promise
TBD.
anything, but definitely
Mhm.
like
Here.
not before like next year. Like we're taking
We're taking the
a few
holidays.
weeks,
Yeah.
taking the holidays. We don't want to like rush it. We want to like
Yeah.
really have it set up well, and so we're gonna make sure we don't do that.
Once I hit my 1000th crafted NPC, then we'll start.
Yeah.
What number are you at now?
I have 963 to go. I don't know.
Nice.
You really
Nice.
tricked me. I thought you were going with that. You were almost there, but
Yeah. No. I've got a while.
yeah.
963.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you
yeah,
guys.
The
thanks, y'all.
questions.
Game.
Love you,
Hap-
listeners.
Happy holidays.
you.
Miss you
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks,
Yeah.
besties. Love you, miss you.
Love you
Bye-bye.
too.
Later.
Bye.
Later, fuckos.
Later, looters.
And that was a special Looters end of season AMA. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions. They were all wonderful. And we missed mentioning this in the recording, but thanks to your mother for the question about if our video will be live on Twitch. Just a couple quick announcements. Next Tuesday is Christmas Eve, and we will be re-releasing a holiday favorite of ours, so make sure to tune in for that, especially if you didn't join us until the start of 2024. You might have missed it the first time around. Also, the next week is New Year's Eve, and we'll be sharing a special little sneak peek at our new studio setup and getting excited about all the fun stuff, including video that's coming for 2025. So thank you all again, happy holidays, and until then, later looters.